What is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Royce. I'm a videographer based in Tampa, and if you haven't seen my work, I do a lot of work. I do a lot of work for a lot of people, most notably for a man named Benny Johnson. We had the opportunity about a year ago to go fly on Donald Trump's plane. We made an incredible video out of it, and I thought it'd be cool. I've done this once before with our Trump Tower video. I did a video where I talked about how we filmed that, and I want to do the same thing today. So let's jump right into it. All right, so you can see there, again, I'm just gonna talk about how we filmed it, the process, what was going through our heads when we were capturing and editing this. So off the bat, you see we kind of teased them. It's a little teaser, right, of what's to come, which was us on the plane with Donald Trump. That's obviously why people are watching. That's the most interesting part. To see Donald Trump, but also to see the inside of his plane, what it's like to fly with him privately. What does he do on the plane? So that's kind of how we started. And then we do a little jump back 3 hours earlier to the event that we went to.
We are going to be flying back to Florida after this rally with Donald Trump on Air Force Trump One.
Yeah,
Trump Force One.
I hope you ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah. I think it's
That shot right there of Benny is one of the coolest. Let me rewind it. I love that shot. When I got that, I showed Benny. I was like, oh my God, look at this. He loves it too. It's right here. Look at that. Epic. You see in here, we're filming with a lot of people. Benny was obviously famous. If you know Benny, he's very famous in this community. Everybody there knew who he was, so there was a lot of photos being taken. It was a lot of fun to see that. He was definitely a star in that environment. We ended up making like 2 or 3 other videos out of this, just us talking with a mic to the people there. Those are other videos. I don't think I'll make a video on how those were shot. They're pretty straightforward, man on the street stuff. Hey, what do you think of this? Person tells us what they think. Pretty fun stuff, but we want to utilize our time there. So all the people that you see here in this video, we most likely talked to, got some questions out of. So a little bit of multitasking going on. But at this point, Trump's not even landed yet. So we're pretty much just, everything I'm capturing here is just B-roll, stuff that I foresee us using, not exactly knowing how or what we are going to end up using, but just kind of saying, hey, let me capture this. Who knows, we might want to use this. Benny taking photos with people. He wasn't taking photos with people for our video. He was taking photos with people for them, but I'm going to be there and capture it. Even though we're there to capture the plane, it's always good practice to get, the lead up to, right? That's part of the story when, that you're telling. You're telling a story on how we got here, what the experience was like getting to the point of the video that you want to see. We show that lead up to, and this is part of it, so.
for the comeback.
For this video, we traveled to Dayton, Ohio for a MAGA rally. Have you ever been to a MAGA rally? Man, we encourage you to check them out. The MAGA rally is quintessentially Donald Trump. They are iconic. Millions of Americans have packed stadiums from coast to coast to listen to Donald Trump give a speech, but it's less of a political event and more of like a WWE sporting event.
Facts.
People are there, they're dancing, they're happy. It's like a rock concert. People are vibing, they got their American flags on, they got their patriotic swag, and they even have food trucks at this event. This event took place on the airstrip of the Dayton, Ohio
That woman was
airfield.
crying when she saw that.
Dayton, Ohio has a proud history of flight, and the people there were excited to see 2 things. 1, Donald Trump's brand new plane and Donald Trump's speech, and 2, your boy Benny. We were so thrilled to be able to meet and greet lots of people who follow along on social media, and we were just as excited as everyone in the audience
There it is.
to
There's the
watch
plane.
Donald Trump roll up in that beautiful new plane. Here we go, baby. The MAGA rally is getting started.
Gentlemen, please welcome the 45th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
So quick story, this guy that you see right here to the right, he wasn't Secret Service, he was private security there for the event. But they work closely with Secret Service, and their job is to protect people, in large crowds and important people like Donald Trump, like himself. And you don't want to mess with these dudes. They are tough. They will move you out of the way if they have to move you. But one star moment is, these guys, they know who's supposed to be on that plane. They know who's allowed to be in certain areas. And I guess my picture, what was thrown around, or my name was thrown around. I was there. There was a lot of people with cameras, okay? I was there right up against those rails there that you can see. We'll add an arrow to show the guy and then the rail. But I was there right up against those rails filming. And, when Trump starts coming towards, which you'll see here in just a second, those guys are clearing everybody off the rail. They need people in their seats away from the rail. They don't want something to be thrown at or somebody to say, whatever the situation might be. They want to protect the president. So I'm standing up against the rail. Secret Service guys coming up, pushing people off. And he gets to me and I start to back up. The dude grabs me by my shoulders. I kid you not. Grabbed me by my shoulders. And he said, he goes, you are the only one allowed to film. He's like, you stay here on this rail and get the shot. And I'm just like, yes, sir. Okay. And so I was kind of got some special treatment there. They were able to work around me. The Secret Service was shuffling around me so I could get the shot. And I'm so glad that this Secret Service or private security guy did that, because the shot that you're about to see is, one in a million. Just, you'll know it. I'll pause it again and talk about it, but you'll know it when you see it. Just watch. Boom, right down my barrel, pointing at my camera, saw me. I'm the only one on the rail. Everybody's cleared out, pushed back, and I'm soloed out, pushed up against the rail. I'm allowed to be there. Trump notices this, points right at our camera. Golden shot. You can't ask for much more in this situation. With what you're trying to capture here, let's rewind it. 5 seconds. Just look at this. Boom. Gold.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah. I think it's time for the comeback.
We just listened to Donald.
So Trump spoke for like 2 hours. This is just a little behind the scenes here. Obviously, everything that I'm capturing here in terms of how we filmed it is all behind the scenes. We've not hit the meat. We've not chewed on the steak yet. We're just capturing what's going on there. We're getting B-roll of the people. Trump standing there speaking. We had special seats. Seats did have my name on it. They did spell my name wrong. It's okay. But we had special seats assigned to us, and we were behind Trump. And he spoke for like 2 hours. And this is in Ohio. We were freezing our butts off. Me and Benny are there like just shivering. He spoke for 2 hours. And, the part that you're about to see when Benny's talking is kind of a jump forward in time. You only show a little bit of B-roll of him talking 2 hours. Jump forward in time to where we're now about to board the plane.
Trump talk for 2 hours nearly in Dayton, Ohio. Epic event, and he was rocking and rolling. Now, we thought that Donald Trump was going to announce he was running for president in 2024 at this event. Turns out, no. He's announcing his announcement. His announcement date being on November 15th in Mar-a-Lago. And so we got that, and now we are going to hop on this beautiful plane, brand new, refurbished.
Was brand new.
Trump Force One. This is the legendary plane that he campaigned on in 2016, so there's a lot of history with this plane. And we're gonna hop on that plane, and he is gonna fly. He is going to fly back. There goes the man right there.
Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback.
So here you can see I'm kind of close. We punched in on the shot, but he was walking back pretty much unguarded. He's got people, Secret Service around him, but this is another one of those instances where the Secret Service was, ushering me saying, hey, go get your shot, which is so nice because in this situation, you don't know what you're allowed and not allowed to do. I'm pretty ambitious when I'm filming. I'm not super scared to go and get what I feel like I need to get. This situation is much different. The environment is much different. The stakes are a lot different. I could have been tackled at any moment by Secret Service if I made a wrong move. Totally makes sense to be a little cautious, but I want to get the shot. He was walking towards the plane. Secret Service dude, different guy, nudged me on the shoulder. He said, you can run up there. So I got there right up as he was walking up onto his plane, and I was able to get this shot. So thank you, Secret Service men, whoever you are. I doubt you're watching this, but if you are.
nice announcement of an announcement. The announcement of the announcement. All right? That was a beautiful evening.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah. Talk us through real fast. Just give us a quick outside look here.
Brand new paint, brand new flag.
Look at this.
Brand new engine, brand new everything. So.
Brand new engine, brand new flag. It took 18 months.
Rolls Royce
great things to
engines,
do.
might I add.
Yes, that's right. The 15th. Okay, now everyone knows. All right.
Up next, and I'm putting you away. Yeah, maybe another day.
We're going on the plane. Look at that American flag. It's like one of the most beautiful American flags you will ever see.
It was, okay, I must address how dark, I mean, it's basically a pitch black shot. It was very dark outside. We're behind the plane now where no lights are. Pitch black. I don't remember what camera I filmed this on. I can't believe. I want to say it was my Canon R. I just made a video. You can click the button right there if you want to check it out. I just made a whole video about my Canon R. This is before I got my C70, I believe. But I believe it was my Canon R for size. I kept compact. And I pushed that thing as far as I could push it without it becoming just a grainy mess. And you can kind of make out Benny. It's not great, but in the scenario, we're walking up the stairs. People are behind me on the plane. There's only so much I can do fiddling with my camera, trying to get it right. It's L on my part. I should have foreseen. This is a lesson, okay? I should have foreseen that we're going to be in a dark area. Let me, in whatever, I could have spotted the moment and been like, let me change my settings. Now it's going to be dark. Could have happened. I didn't do it. It was a year ago. Let's see, how long ago was this? 1 year ago. I could have been better. I'm better now. I would never make this mistake again. We'll see. Anyways, so I know the shot's almost unbearable. I'm so sorry. But in this scenario, we're run and gun, very much so. So this is what you get. When we boarded the plane, you'll notice here in a second, there's not much inside footage of the plane. We're not allowed to film on the plane. Didn't know this. Me nor Benny were told this. No filming on the plane. So we kind of had to sneakily get what we could. And at the very end, you'll see they let us do a quick walkthrough of the plane. And we used iPhone footage and B-roll to kind of fill in these areas. So not all the shots are going to be as buttery, crisp, 4K, 60 like we like. It's going to be iPhone footage. It's going to be voiceover. And I wish I was able to get the glory shots. I got a couple in there when they let me. And what I was able to get before they came and pushed my camera down and said, no. I got what I could get. So you'll see that here.
American flag. It's like one of the most beautiful American flags you will ever see.
Looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it. Promise you can never sun that. I pray for it. Get ready for the comeback. Yeah.
This is what they let us get at the
so
end.
First thing
So
that happens
little cheat there. That footage was not when we first boarded the plane. That footage was at the very end. We had landed back in Florida, West Palm Beach. And everybody was off the plane and I was like, hey, can I get a couple shots really quick? And they're like, go really quick. Just once around. I literally went in, threw my camera around, made sure my shutter speed was high and I was moving quick at 60 frames per second. So it all looked pretty smooth. And I got what I could get. And that's what you just saw. Well, I'll play it again.
Get ready for the comeback. Yeah.
Me literally
so first thing
walking
that happens
out.
when you
That
get
last shot going backwards isn't like something I said. I was just walking backwards, like leaving the plane. So anyways, we got a few clips here talking about the plane. You'll see in just a sec.
On Trump Force One is you have a little name placard for your seat.
I have to do this. That name placard, 1 second. Okay, geez. For a literal year, I've been meaning to frame this. I've not framed this. It's just been I'm ashamed. It's just been in a little box of special things that me and my wife have. I've not framed this, but the paper that you're seeing on your screen right now of Benny holding, I also have, look at this. I literally have this paper with my name on it from the Trump plane. But that was one of the coolest things. Everything about the Trump plane is very much elegant. You'll see here, we go over the golden seatbelts and just how, what's the word? It's magical. It's amazing. Everything about the plane was spectacular, okay? Above and beyond, which is Trump's style. Anything that Trump's ever touched, including America. It's been above and beyond. I'm going to stop gloating about my little Trump paper and we're going to keep watching the video, but proof that I was on the plane.
Sit down inside of these seats, which are super dope. They go all the way back.
They did.
Oh, and it is so nice. Look at that. I am 6'1" and I can't even touch the seat in front of me. You can lay all the way back. The other thing, gold. The cup holders
Literal
are gold. The seat belts are gold. The nozzle, the air nozzle right there, that is gold. Haven't been in the bathrooms yet, but I'm sure there's plenty of gold. So we are officially taking off in Trump.
Here it is. We were told no filming. After that, we were said no filming. iPhone footage. We made do with what we had, you know, iPhones. They're not going to stop you from holding up your phone and saying, "What's up, guys?" Like, everybody on the plane were content creators or people who were on social media, including us, of course, is why we were there. So they didn't stop that, but professional cameras on the plane, they were a little bit skeptical of because they look dangerous.
Force one, we just had a wild rally in Ohio. Taking off right now. Incredibly
You may have, really quick, you may have noticed this like film effect, rolling film effect. There is nothing to that. Normally, if you've seen my other videos, I'm normally very, you know, we do everything with a purpose. Every little effect, every little detail is in a way that enhances or relates to the video. If you've watched rap music videos, they use this effect, this rolling shutter, this cool like burnt film effect. They do this. It's a common thing, I guess, in rap videos. And Trump gives off that vibe. If you follow Trump, if you follow his thing or his past, he's hung out with a lot of rappers, but he's very much so like high energy. This is the feel. So that's that. It just looks sick. That's all I had to say.
luxurious. It's great. So the seating is better than any first class you've ever been in. I don't care if you're going lay flat to Honolulu. This is it. As soon as you get onto Donald Trump's plane, you really realize this ain't your normal commercial aircraft. Everything is, of course, luxurious. There is mahogany wood, there is gold finishings. You can get food on Donald Trump's plane, you can get drinks on Donald Trump's plane, and you can hang out with Donald Trump on Donald Trump's plane. Donald Trump invited us to his area of the plane, which this plane is just gigantic, and we were able to chill with the president.
This is all iPhone. I mean, it's all shot in my phone. Just quick little, I mean, I didn't have a GoPro, I didn't have anything. I was just whipping out my phone because we were told not to film. No filming with our big expensive cameras. This is all filmed on my phone. That's why it looks kind of grainy and fuzzy. Unfortunately, that's just iPhone footage. It is what it is. But again, we captured what we got. You know, I'll address this really quick. It's a 9-minute, 17-second video. We're 5.5 minutes in. That's pretty far along, just past the midpoint, and we're almost off the plane. Which, kudos to us, we got to the actual meat of the video at a pretty good time. If we roll over, let's remember we're at 5:43. If we roll over to when we actually got on the plane, so we're about 4 minutes in here. We're about to hop on the plane. You watched at least 4 minutes before you got to the meat, which is what we wanted. We wanted people to stick around. Didn't want to give it to them up front. We wanted them to stick around. You know, let them enjoy the experience leading up to, and then once we're halfway in the video, just under. Now we're just now getting on the plane. Now they're going to see through what it's like on the plane. And most likely they're going to watch the whole video. I mean, that's if we would have started off with the whole plane thing and then been like, but here's how we got there. They would have stopped right after that. They saw we were on the plane. They would have quit right there. We allowed them to experience the lead up to with us. And yeah, so if we go back to where we were, what was it, 5:48? You know, we get back to here and we're just now seeing Donald Trump. They're over halfway in the video and we're at the meat. Like this is amazing. We're gonna make sure that these people enjoy the whole video. They've gotten this far. There's no reason for them to quit now. They're gonna want to see what happens next. And that's how we did it. That was what was going through our mind in the edit, not per se during the filming process. During the filming process, it was just, we're there with the president of the United States. We're just gonna film whatever we can film, whatever they'll allow us to film it at this point, because they were very strict. But we were able to really sculpt how we wanted the video to flow in the editing, which is how it always works. That's, the beauty of the editing is you can really sculpt how it went. But at the same time, we really just stuck to the timeline of how the day went, and it all flows very nicely.
The president for about an hour and a half. It was amazing. The conversation was wide-ranging. It was a great ride. Donald Trump also has great taste in music. And Donald Trump allowed us to film his plane saying, just make sure that it looks good. And ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to make this plane
He literally
look
did say
bad.
that when we were asking. We don't have it on video. Hey, Trump, are we allowed to film your plane? Just make sure it looks good. That's what he said. That's true. That's extremely true. And I'll tell you really quick, I know I've been talking a lot, but it's such an incredible experience. I think people like to hear the stories that you didn't get to see on camera. There are two moments on this trip that I cherish more than anything else about this trip. And it's obviously my interactions with Trump. Having the opportunity to fly on the plane is incredible. I'll never forget it. And I'm extremely proud of it. And I'm extremely proud of this product. But the first moment that I cherish is when Trump first acknowledged me. I didn't go up to him first and get his attention and say, Mr. Trump, it's a pleasure. I didn't do that first. We were on the plane. I was just standing there. We were around Trump. Benny was talking to Trump. Benny had wandered off and he was talking to Eric Trump. And Trump has James Brown playing on the TV. And if you know James Brown, we'll put a photo of him. He's a singer. He's got this wild, dark black hair. And Trump was looking, he goes, oh, I really like that guy's hair. He goes, he's got gray hair. He's got gray hair. And he looked back at me. He goes, just like this guy. And he pointed at me and complimented my hair. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he goes, and he looked back. And that was the first interaction. That was the coolest thing to me, that he interacted with me first. I love that. And the second was at the end of the plane ride. I had not gotten the opportunity to shake his hand and to really say hi to him yet. There was that one interaction, and I didn't continue that interaction, when he complimented my hair, because he was off talking to someone else. And I didn't want to be like, oh, well, actually, I really want to say it's nice to meet you. I could have chickened out, didn't do it. And I love this story. At the end of the plane ride, it was Donald Trump surrounded, engulfed in a circle of people and on the plane that got to ride as well. And he was going in the circle, shaking the hand. And if you imagine here, Donald Trump, a circle of people around him, I'm outside of the circle. And I'm behind Benny, and I'm looking in between Benny and the person next to Benny. And Trump's going down the line, and he's getting closer to Benny. And in my head, I'm like, okay, once he gets past Benny, my window, if I'm going to bombard and make this happen, my window's gone once it gets past Benny. On to the next guy. So he's shaking hands. He shakes Benny's hand. And like a surprise, my hand, I just shoved my hand in between Benny and the other person, right in front of Trump, like this close to Trump. And Trump grabbed my hand and he shook it, and he's looking at me confused. And I said, Mr. Trump, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Benny Johnson's videographer. And he looked at me, he goes, oh, that's a pretty cool job. And he smiled. He's like, I love that. He's like, good work. And then he continued, and I got my handshake. We're going to continue with the video. That's what the video is about. But if you enjoy like hearing these extra little side stories, there you go.
Bad.
Same B-roll from when we first got on the plane.
Yeah.
All right, so we are landing right now after an absolutely epic 2 hours with Donald Trump. Got to do a very long interview. Weren't able to film the interview. That was a requirement. But he by himself. And it's like the middle of a really bad storm right now. The plane itself is wild. What an incredible moment. What an amazing experience to have. It's truly epic. And this plane is going to be crisscrossing the country when he runs for president. That is for certain. And you're going to see this beautiful thing in every city in America. Get ready. And if you get a chance, take the ride.
Ain't no other way. Up next, then I'm putting you away.
Look at that. That's it. So there is the motorcade leaving. Amazing. And this is the plane. So this is what we had.
Again, very dark. It was like 2 a.m., might I add. It was 2 a.m. in the morning, pitch black. We're all exhausted coming back from this long day of traveling there, filming the event. I would never encourage someone to film this dark. But, you know, cameras have their limits. If I would have pushed past this, it would have gotten really grainy and would have looked even worse, honestly. So this is what it is. My C70 would have handled this like a champ. Would have been nothing. But I didn't have my C70 back then. I had my Canon R. Love that camera. Still film with it to this day. But I have to address how dark this image is. You know, I love this product. I love everything about it. The only drawback for me is the fact that we didn't get to film everything on the plane with my camera, so it didn't look as good. It was iPhone stuff. And just how dark some of these images are. But it also makes it look very raw, which I think is kind of fun. It makes it look very organic, you know? Spur of the moment, which it was.
We had.
I pray for it, get ready for the comeback.
So then you get your luggage, right? They drop it off right here, and there's the plane. There you go.
Hope you're ready for the
So that was dope. You can see the plane behind me. We had a hour-long talk with Donald Trump, and it was wild. Plane is incredible. It's one of the most luxurious things I've ever done in my life, and you can see it there. It's just a thing of legend. It's better than I could have possibly imagined. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, inside of Donald Trump's brand new legendary plane. We'll see you next time. Bringing you the content. We got you, baby. Your boy Benny, flying with Trump. We're out here.
There it is. There's the video. One of the most incredible experiences of my life. I have this little memento from it that I'm going to frame. I promise you guys I will frame this. But when you're told, from the videographer standpoint, right, which is what this video is about, when you're told, hey, in 2 days we're flying to Ohio to film a Trump rally and we will fly back to Florida on his plane. There is a million things going on, million questions that pop up in your head. What are we allowed to film? How are we going to film this? What do we want the video to look like? What are we here to capture? You know, a million different questions and things going in your head, you know, personally that you can't really ask somebody. You just have to figure out, like, how do I want to film this? What should I bring? What do I have to have? You know, if this goes wrong, what's my backup? If this happens, what do I do? Like, it caused incredible stress for me, if you could imagine, for those 48 hours trying to figure this out. Even right up until the moment, I was nervous. And I'm not scared to say that I was nervous. It's something very nerve-wracking. You know, we've done a lot of things like this since, hung around a lot of high-level people. So my nerves in these kind of situations are much more controlled now. This is one of the very first things that I did with Benny. I've only worked with Benny for a little over a year and a half, maybe, coming close to. I've only worked with Benny for so long. This is one of the first big projects that we did. And this is a project that I got to prove myself onto him and to his audience. And I think this solidified that I'm here to stay on this team. And, you know, me and Avery, who I'll link his channel in the description. He's the one who edited this video. But, you know, I think this project really solidified what we're capable of in these scenarios. And this is why we've continued to do things like hanging out with Vivek Ramaswamy, going to other Trump events, hanging out with Ron DeSantis, doing these big things, going to Trump Hotel and being tasked with capturing this, you know, monument of a building, right? This giant structure. We're being tasked with creating a story that people want to watch. We're young guys. And I keep saying it's an honor, but it really is. It's a big honor to be entrusted with making content as big as this. There are a million other people who would love opportunities to make videos like this, and we get to do it. And I'm incredibly humbled by it. And I'm so happy that we get to do this, and I can't wait to do more. And the more that we make, the more videos I'm going to make on how we did it. And I hope you guys gathered something from this. You know, there may have not been a lot to say on how we filmed it because it was pretty straightforward, but I hope you got to enjoy hearing some of the behind the scenes stories and hearing what was going on in my head and what was being thought about in the editing room when making this project. If you haven't seen it, you should. Again, I'll link that video as well in the description. This video currently on YouTube has 376,000 views. That's pretty good. That's a lot of views on YouTube. But on X, back then Twitter, nowadays X, millions of views on Facebook. This video went everywhere. Trump loved the video. He gave us his comments on it. So again, hope you guys loved it. Let me know what else you guys want to see me make. What other videos that maybe you've seen that Benny's done that you want me to cover, because most likely I filmed it. But we'll get there when we do. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you guys in the next video.